Ometepe, you son of a bitch. One moment you make me feel the best, and then you take it all away. You try to kill me, you son of a bitch. Ometepe, you are so magical and fucked up at the same time. What's going on? So first, we got the amazing waterfall trip. That might be the best. That was the best waterfall behind the paywall. That scratched all my waterfalls behind the paywall itches. Because first, it was 10 times less money, 10 times less dollar bills than the Costa Rica motherfuckers. Costa Rica, $20 a waterfall. $20 bills a waterfall. Ometepe, Nicaragua, $2 bills a waterfall. If even there. So that was freaking nice. Secondly, getting there was so much cooler than the Costa Rican one. I mean, some of the Costa Rican ones pretty cool hikes, but here we freaking went with a scooter, and the road up there is like this nice off-road. Like I said, I love motorcycles. I used to drive motocross and enduro as a kid, and I still do sometimes with my father. So that kind of reminded me of that, because it was a hard road, and if you read the reviews of the place, some people get stuck there with their scooters. They're not so experienced scooter boys and gals, but for me it was fun as fuck going up there, and it was no problem with a scooter. So that was fun. Then we had a little nice 40-minute hike. That was cool. We saw 2 snakes. We saw a bunch of howler monkeys. It was beautiful, of course. Beautiful volcanic jungle. And then the waterfall. So nice. And it reminded me of the raw meat boys because it smelled like rotten eggs. It had that sulfur smell, probably from the volcano. Or somebody just let a huge rip like I did the day after. Because we're gonna get to that. So just like today, it has been a couple days since the worst that's yet to come in this video. Ometepe makes me feel so good. The vibes, the freaking authentic off-grid, back to the freaking 60s or 70s vibes with the tropical sunlight. Oh man, it's the best. It's the best. But then Ometepe comes right back and stabs you in the freaking kidneys. Or for me, to my freaking stomach. For my freaking asshole. Because it makes my stomach bleed out of my asshole. Not bleed, but bleed water. Diarrhea city. And so the waterfall was amazing. I felt amazing. Then we came back. The weather was so good, we could see the sunset from the lake. Then we came here, we enjoyed the sunset here. I felt so good, but I did feel gassy, and I did eat a papaya, delicious 10 out of 10 papaya, but the papaya made me freaking gassy as motherfucker and a little bloated, so that was a little off. But mentally and energy wise, all that, I felt so good. But then during the night I started to feel fever creeping in, and Mr. Base Science himself hasn't had a fever in like 7 years. Last time I had a fever was when I quit veganism. 2018, I think that was the last time I had a fever. And I started to feel like fever coming when I was sleeping in my bungalow. And then in the morning I had to run. I had to run to the toilet. That's like 75 meters up that way. And I had to empty. I had to do the first emptying of the colon, the stomach, of all the bad stuff that Ometepe I have taken from Ometepe inside of me. And that was the first of 7 emptyings in the next 24 hours while having a fever. Actually, the fever didn't last 24 hours. And actually the fever was very chill, because it just made me extremely tired. I basically just slept on my bungalow and slept on these hammocks the whole day. I didn't have energy to do anything else. I just slept the whole day, except when my stomach was like, hey buddy, better get your ass on the toilet or you're gonna shit in those hammocks or your bed. You're gonna make a real mess out of yourself. So then I gathered my strength, which was not that hard. The fever was not like incredibly bad. I just felt like very sleepy and a little feverish and no energy. But I could make a walk to the toilet and back, and it was kind of nice. It was also nice that all the freaking toxic shit that Ometepe let into, or I let in Ometepe into my stomach, that caused this whole nonsense, or whatever did cause it. It was nice that it came out of my bottom end, not on my front end. I hate that. Also, it was nice that I was not nauseous at all, and it was nice that there was no pain. Like it was pretty chill. And then I was laying in my hammock at the night when the sun was setting, and I was kind of starting to feel like the fever as well. Look at that fucking crane. I started to feel like the fever was kind of gone. My stomach was still a mess. That was done the next morning. That was the 7th time. It's kind of incredible, like after 3 or 4 times like that, you start to think like, yeah, that had to be that had to be all of the, at least the solid stuff in my freaking colon. But no, there's still more. There's still more freaking nightmares up in there that smell horrible, whatever that was. But it got away. It got all the toxic shit away that papaya or whatever caused. Maybe it was a freaking malaria that I freaking beat malaria in 1 day. But I've had my stomach, like I already made one video when I was saying my stomach was a mess, but then I didn't have any fever. So yeah, Ometepe made me feel the best, but quickly made me feel the worst also, because I haven't had a fever in a very long time, and it made my stomach crash again. But now, yesterday was the first day after, and my stomach was still kinda iffy in the morning, but I ate at the restaurant because I didn't trust my own cooking. I didn't trust my own food I had there. I ate at the restaurant and my stomach was like, okay, this is good. And I got my energy back, and today I've been feeling again like amazing, super good,
like right now. Super good at the beach. Freaking enjoying the sunshine. But yeah, I don't really know what caused it. What has been causing my stomach being so iffy. Is it the papayas? Because I ate the papayas first times, also my stomach got iffy. But those papayas taste so good. And the last time I could feel my stomach go to shit after I ate the papaya. But was it something before? Was it some tropical freaking thing that my gringo ass is not adapted yet? Is it because, like, this is one of the cons of Nicaragua that Costa Rica definitely got Nicaragua beat, is Nicaragua is not the cleanest country. They don't take the hygiene, the sanitizing, what it's called, hygiene. They don't take that. Like, there's a lot of trash, so maybe some of that gets to your food and it makes otherwise top quality food shitty, literally, because they're shitting it and then your stomach goes to shit. I don't think it's the water, because I've been drinking the water on the days when I felt also good, and I've been drinking the water today and no problem with my stomach. It's also incredible how quickly these changes happen, to the best, to the worst, to the best again. Like one day you are at the top, then next day you are at the bottom, and then next day after you at the top again. So that's cool. You don't have to be sick for a whole week, like people back home in the Finland this time of the year. Those guys, they feel depressed. They get sick for 3 months straight. So here I take 1 day of sickness, a little bit of sickness, and all the other days feeling absolutely amazing. But still, when you think about it, I have had more troubles in my Tropics All Day Experiment, like 70 days or 65 days or whatever, into this, than I had whole time in my raw chicken experiment. But with my raw chicken experiment, I had some struggles with the winter time especially. But those were like different kind of struggles. They were like low burning struggles that kinda came sneakily and then stayed the whole winter time and then started to disappear in the spring. Here it's kinda like fast moving, fast paced. But yeah, maybe it's because of the trash here, because they don't take care of the hygiene, all that. There's also a point in the hygiene stuff that it gets, like if it gets too clean, then it starts to harm you again. But maybe here it's not on the right level, like it's a little bit lower, but the locals maybe have just such a good immune system. They're so used to it, so they don't really care for a change. What's up, buddy? What's going on? So the locals, maybe they don't give a shit. They don't do anything about it. They just leave the trash there, whatever. They don't try to do better, because it doesn't bother them. But for my gringo ass, I need to adapt. But I adapt quickly. 1 day and I'm better. Or maybe this is just the beginning, who knows? Knock on freaking wood. I'm gonna let you know if something bad happens. What's up, buddy? That's a palm tree. Or that's a coconut tree, not a palm tree. So anyway, son of a bitch, Ometepe, giving me mixed signals. But still, Ometepe has been the best this far. And the worst. Oh man. Whatever. I'm gonna let you know what happens. Does this blow into some tropical disease that takes Mr. Base Science out? Raw chicken could never do that. Tropics. That would be fun. I don't think so, because we're feeling good again. And my stomach perfect again. And it is beautiful. Freaking this crane just freaking chilling over there. Oh man. And the sun. Yeah, I really felt the sun helping me with the fever. When I had the fever, it felt so good just go to the hammocks there, put my feet on the ground and grounding, and just sleep for hours. Or kinda not really sleep, but kinda sleep. I really felt that helped me get over the fever in under 24 hours and get my strength back very quickly. But yeah, let's hope it doesn't happen again. That's kinda the struggle because I don't really know what made my tummy ache, tummy hurt, what gave me the fever. So I'm not fully able to avoid what did that. But I ain't getting those papayas no more, even though they're the best papayas I ever had. Or maybe there was something in the papayas. There were some freaking chicken poop there or whatever. Who knows? Who freaking knows? I don't really even care. Although I care because if I would know, I could avoid that. But also I don't care because now I feel again amazing. So who freaking cares? Let me know what you think. And follow along Tropics All Day Experiment. It's been riveting adventure thus far. See ya.